Imagine this. You're staying at a luxury hotel. You finish your dinner, you lock the door, and go to sleep. The next morning, the room is empty. The door is still locked from the inside. The windows were never opened. No one entered. No one left. So tell me, how does someone disappear from a locked room? Welcome, detective. This is Case File 001. It was 9:15 on a cold, rainy evening. A man wearing a long black trench coat walked into the Greystone Hotel. He carried no luggage. He made no conversation. He simply walked to the reception desk and requested a room for one night. The receptionist smiled, handed him a key, room 307. The guest thanked her, walked down the long hallway, unlocked the door, stepped inside, and quietly closed it behind him. At that moment, everything seemed completely normal. No one inside the hotel could have imagined that this ordinary guest would soon become the center of one of the strangest locked room mysteries ever recorded. A little after 10 o'clock, a hotel staff member arrived at room 307 carrying dinner. He knocked gently on the door. For a few seconds, nothing happened. Then, the door opened just a few inches. Only a single arm reached out. The dinner tray disappeared inside. The guest quietly thanked the staff member, and the door closed once again. The safety latch clicked into place. The hallway became silent. Hours passed. Outside, rain continued to fall over the city. Inside the hotel, everything seemed peaceful. Then, just after midnight, a loud bang echoed through the hallway. Several guests woke up instantly. Some carefully opened their doors and looked outside. The corridor was empty. No one was running. No one was shouting. Nothing seemed out of place. After a few moments, the silence returned. The next morning, housekeeping arrived at room 307. They knocked once. No answer. They knocked again. Still nothing. After several attempts, the hotel manager was called. Using a master key, he unlocked the door, but it only opened a few inches. The safety latch was still locked from the inside. Something wasn't right. With no other choice, the manager and another employee forced the door open. As the door swung inward, everyone froze. The room was completely empty. At first glance, nothing made sense. The bed had clearly been slept in. Dinner was only half finished. The television was still playing softly. A phone remained connected to its charger. A wallet rested on the table. A pair of shoes sat neatly beside the bed. Even the guest's black coat was still hanging inside the closet. Everything was still there. Everything, except the guest. The room was searched from top to bottom. The bathroom, empty. The closet, empty. Under the bed, nothing. The windows were completely sealed. There were no broken locks, no hidden openings, no obvious escape route. It was as if the guest had simply vanished. With no answers inside the room, attention turned to the hotel's security cameras. The footage showed the guest entering room 307 earlier that evening. After that, the hallway remained completely quiet. No one entered the room. No one came out. Minute after minute, hour after hour, nothing changed. Then, one tiny detail caught everyone's attention. Every hour, the hallway camera froze. For exactly 1 second. Just 1 second every single hour. Most people would never notice it, but sometimes the smallest detail can change everything. The room was searched again, this time more carefully than ever before. Every wall, every corner, every piece of furniture was examined. For several minutes, nothing unusual appeared. Then, one wall sounded different. A large decorative mirror was carefully removed. Behind it, a narrow hidden passage stretched into darkness. Could this be the escape route? The passage led to an old maintenance tunnel which connected to an abandoned elevator shaft. At first, it seemed like the mystery had finally been solved. But there was one problem. The thick layer of dust covering the tunnel had never been disturbed. There were no footprints, no handprints, no signs that anyone had passed through. The hidden passage existed, but it didn't explain the disappearance. Instead, it made the mystery even deeper. So now, detective, you have every clue. A locked room, a sealed window, untouched belongings, a 1-second camera glitch, and a hidden passage that appears to have never been used. So, what really happened inside room 307? Did the guest somehow escape, or is there another explanation hidden somewhere among the clues? Leave your theory in the comments below. The most interesting theory might be featured in the next case. Until then, keep your eyes open, because every clue tells a story, but not every story reveals the truth. I'll see you in the next case.